Hello and welcome to the third lesson of Unit 9.06, which is to know how to simplify ratios with different units. Shown on the board are 6 starter questions. Please pause the video here and work through this knowledge retrieval for 10 minutes. Pause the video now, work through the 6 questions. Be ready with the green pen afterwards so we can mark. Okay, so here are your 6 answers to the starter, so please mark them for me in green pen and then give yourself a score out of 6. If you've got 6 out of 6, that's absolutely brilliant, but the thing that matters is that you improve upon the last lesson, okay? Well done. Right, okay, so as we said, the learn objective is to know how to simplify ratios with different units, and we're asked to fully simplify each ratio. So for the I do, we've got £1.50 to 70p, and for the we do, we've got £1.50 to 40p. So the first step is to convert both of these to the same units. Okay, so we've got pounds and we've got pence. So let's convert both these to pence to start off with. So £1.50 is 150p, and then 70p stays the same because that was already in pence. Once we've done that, we can find the highest common factor. So the highest common factor of 150 and 70 is 10. So then we need to say how many 10s go into 150 and how many 10s go into 70. So 15 10s go into 150, 7 10s go into 70, so it's 15 to 7. Please pause the video here, copy that down, and then try the we do yourselves. We'll go through the answer in a minute. Okay, so for the we do, we've got £1.50 to 40p. And like I said, your first step should always be getting both of these parts of the ratio to the same units. So converting these pounds to pence, that's what we're going to do. So £1.50 goes to 150 pence. 40 pence remains the same. Now they're both in the same units. Finding the highest common factor, well, the highest common factor of these two is 10. So then taking 10 out of both of them as a common factor, 15 tens in 150, 4 tens in 40. So it goes to 15 to 4. Really well done if you got that right. Okay, so again, we're asked to fully simplify each ratio. And this time, instead of pounds and pence, we've got meters and centimeters. Okay, so converting both of these to the same units. Now you may ask yourself, why don't I convert this to meters? Well, the reason I'm not going to do that is because, although I could do that and I could still get the correct answer, but the reason I'm not going to do that is because this in meters is going to be a decimal or a fraction, okay? And I don't want to be working with decimals or fractions if I can, okay? I'm going to avoid that if I can. So instead, I'm going to convert the meters to centimeters because I think that's going to be the easier way. So 1.5 meters, well, 100 centimeters in a meter. So that's going to go to 150 centimeters, okay? So now we've got 150 centimeters to 15 centimeters. Find the highest common factor, which is 15. 15s into 150 is 10. 15s into 15 is 1. So it goes to 10 to 1. Please copy that down and then pause the video while you try the we do yourself. Okay, and for the we do, we've got 1.5 meters to 45 centimeters. And again, yes, I could convert this centimeters into meters. I could turn this into 0.45 meters. But that's going to end up with me working with a decimal. I want to avoid that if I can. The easier way is going to be converting this into centimeters. So 1.5 meters times it by 100 to get into centimeters. It's going to be 150 centimeters. So now we have this ratio as 150 centimeters to 45 centimeters. Choosing the highest common factor of both of those, it's 15. So it's going to be 10 to 3 once you simplify it. If you got that right, that's really, really well done. If you didn't get that right, just make sure to copy it down. Okay, and for the last one, again, we've got a different measurement. We've got weeks and days. Okay, so like I said, what we want to do is get both of these into the same units. And yes, I could convert 15 days into 2 1/7 weeks, but that's going to be really awkward and it's going to be a really horrible number to work with. I think the easier thing is going to be 3 weeks converting this into days, because then we get a nice round number. So 3 weeks, 7 days in a week, so 3 weeks is going to be 21 days. Okay, so we've got 21 to 15. Find the highest common factor of 21 and 15, which is 3. How many 3's going to 21? It's 7. How many 3's going to 15? It's 5. So this simplifies to 7 to 5. Copy that down, then pause the video while you try the WeDo yourself. Okay, and for the WeDo, we've got 2 weeks to 12 days. Converting the 2 weeks into days, 7 days in a week, so 2 weeks goes to 14 days. So the ratio becomes 14 to 12, 14 days to 12 days. Find the highest common factor of 14 and 12, which is 2. 2 goes into 14 7 times, 2 goes into 12 6 times, so it goes 7 to 6 in its most simple form. Really well done if you got that right. Okay, so shown on the board, you here have 15 questions. Write your ratio in its simplest form. You've got a range of units there as well. So remember, the most important step is getting both to the same units, because then you can simplify properly. Pause the video here for 15 minutes, 20 minutes, if more, then use it. But pause the video for as long as needed and work through these 15 questions. We'll go through the answers in a minute, so make sure you've got a green pen. Okay, and here are your answers to those questions. So pause the video here while you mark with your green pen. We're going to move on to some more questions after this, so please be ready. Okay, so question 2, and we've got 8 questions here, and the conversions here are going to be a lot more challenging. So pause the video here for 10 minutes or more if you need it, and just work through these questions. I'll give the answers in a moment. Pause the video now, please. Okay, and there are your 8 questions. Remember to simplify where you can, okay? So here we've got the basic ratio and here we've got the simplified version. So make sure to do that if you can, because if you don't simplify in an exam, you will be dropping marks. Okay, so this concludes the end of today's lesson. I look forward to seeing you in the next lesson. Thanks for listening. Thanks for your hard work. Goodbye.